Welcome back to Satisfactory Update 5. My name is Nilaus, and we are starting here in this beautiful sunrise. I think it's kind of getting into or becoming a tradition for us to start at the sunrise. Well, it gives us more time to work during the daylight, and that is what we're going to do today. We're going to work. We are going to continue on our expansion of the factory. We have now built our beautiful little starter factory. It does what starter factories do. Well, build starter things, and we need to expand out. So let me you already know what this episode is about because you saw the thumbnail and you saw the title, but let me just explain sort of the sequence of events. There are a number of things once you sort of built the starter base that you could do, and I'm going to start running towards wherever you want to go as I talk about it. So one of the things is, well, I don't have any automation of reinforced iron plates, rotors. Oops, I'm not going down here. Reinforced iron plates, rotors, or modular frames, and they're all just heavy iron builds. I don't have that because I wanted to focus on making this factory, and then I also wanted to focus on getting. Now the next one is coal, getting stable power, so I don't need to go out and harvest some biomass all the time. So coal power is what I prioritize, and then after that I'm actually going to prioritize steel because that opens a lot of other options as well. And only after that will I come back to do the iron. Reinforced iron plates, modular frames, and rotors, because at that point I will have coal power, so I'll have stable power. I'll have steel, so we can have vehicles, that kind of thing. So I think that's why I want to do it this way. Here we have our factory. I have built this little catwalk out here. This will bring us to our coal plant because we have, let's scan it, and we have a coal power over here. Bing, there we go. That's the one we're heading towards. Slide. Right there. And this one is 120. So it's a pure location. That means it can deal, or it can support us with 120. I can jump back up. So the 120 coal will be our baseline for what we want to build. And I've then made a location right here. I built a beautiful starting platform made out of concrete. I chose to do this before the episode started because then we didn't have to do that, lay all the foundations. Even with souping, it's fast, but I wanted to work on some actual factory building instead. So we have this one here. This will be our foundation. The reason why I place it exactly here, a couple of things. It's close to my coal power. I will be getting 120 coal power in, which will correspond to 8 power plants, and that will be 600 megawatts. When we get the Mark III belts, I'll get 270 capacity on a single belt. That means with not modules, but with power shards, we can upgrade this one to provide 270, actually up to 300, but we can do 270, which means I can then expand this to 18 power plants or 1350 megawatts. And again, if I upgrade to Mark IV belts, I can get up to 30 power plants and 2250 megawatts. So for me, I take one coal power plant, coal mine, and then dedicate it to coal power, no more than that. Also over here, we also have additional coal. It's right down there, I think. Yeah, there's lots of it. 4 normals. And those 4 normals will be dedicated to steel production later on. And this place is absolutely infested with these space giraffes. So they're probably going to be bothering us. Somehow they'll find their way up here, even though I've tried to make it impossible for them. So let's start looking at the coal power. Well, coal power is, it looks like this. Done. That's it. Almost all the time, I have been making a central path here that takes in the water and the coal, usually the coal up top, and then I merge it in by doing stuff like this. That one, and then make it up on here a splitter that goes into these other ones, and then have down here at the bottom I have liquids. But you know, let's do something different. Now we have the clipping part, the complex clipping, so we can actually do things, use the space up here for something. So one of the things that I've always sort of bothered me with this build is that, let me just get that one out and get a coal power plant, is that when you build it like this, let's just build it, the 2 smokestacks are right next to each other. And when you sort of go away from this location and look at it, it just looks weird that the smokestacks are in the middle of the factory. I want the smokestacks to be on the outside of the factory. Maybe that's just a small aesthetic thing, but we finally have the choice to do that. So that is what we're going to do. This one should be 1, 2, 3, 4, something, 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 9. 9 wide. That means this is going to be the middle. Let's mark this as middle already. Yeah, you're going to need these here. And then I will get the coal power plant. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And I'll use the last one out here for pipes and inbounds. So that means I will need to do the middle of this part here. This is for alignment purposes. And let's see if I can get it now. And I think I need to stand right here so I can see that I'm getting it in the middle. And I want to look for that block. Why do I not get that link there? There it is. That is now towards the middle. I'll have this out here. And what I want to do is something like this. So I bring in my coal is up here, so it'll be brought up to the top of the factory, brought in at the top of the factory, and then merged out right over this area. I think that will be excellent. I hope. I think it'll look good, even though it's going to be inside a factory. So let's go this. That's 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So go to this one and deconstruct it. And then if I look over here, I can actually make sure that it aligns. I will get it built in this way. So that is definitely something I could not do before. And I think it looks good. So we can get the coal coming in at the top, merge over here, and drop in. The piping will then go out here and we'll figure it out. So what this requires is 15 coal per minute and also 45 water per minute. One of the things that I've always done, always, right, with coal power, and I don't really like it, is that there are some really awkward ratios. One Mark II belt can provide 120 coal. That's what we're getting. That's enough for 8 power plants. Now, 8 power plants is going to require 270. What? No, more than that. We'll use this one, right? 8 times 45. There we go. 360 water per minute. That means it's more than a capacity of a single pipe. That means you need 2 pipes. And that's always been something that's been bothering me. Plus, if I have like dedicated pipes, then as soon as I expand to Mark III belt, that means 18 power plants, then I get into more problems again, because then I can't even have one pipe on one side. So I'm going to do it differently this time. Since this is 45, and then I have 2 of those, that's going to be 45 plus 45, that's 90. Each of the water pumps can do, how much exactly? I think it's 120. I can't remember if it's 100 or 120, but either way, I'm going to downscale it. 120 water per minute, which is exactly not enough for 3, but it is more than enough for 2. So I'm going to say 2 coal power plants to 1 water pump. And the water pump can then sort of be below these 2. That's why I put it exactly this height here. So we can make water pumps down here. There will be enough room for a water pump, somewhat like this. We'll adjust it later on, which will then go up and spread into 2 coal power plants, which means that when I expand it, it's going to be easy because it's just 2 coal power plants, one water pump. Yes, and I will not run into any bottlenecks in terms of the pipe capacity, which is always something you want to avoid. 1, 2, well, maybe you don't want to necessarily avoid it, but you want to be aware of it at least. Cool. That one, let's build another one, and I'll be standing over on this side and placing it towards me, and then trying to figure out if I can find that. A player's in the way. Hey, there's always a player in the way. That's weird. There it is. Got it. That one. I'll take this out because it did not need it. And we're going to build more of these. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. get up here and build that one, and it'll just tell us when it is aligned. I could go down again. Oh, don't fall in the water. Take these out and take this out. Then we need to build a belt in between. That has to be a level 2 belt. There we go. And if I'm then looking at what the factory is going to look like, let's see, we should have some. Let's get one of these until we have a proper thing. 1, 2, 3, and by 3 I mean 4. So that's 4 high. I think that's a decent location. If I look at it, this was 6. Let's go up here and just try to see if it fits. I think it fits all right, and I can then do. Yes. And obviously, when I am able to get up there, I will do some. Actually, let's get up there immediately. Oops, where's my zooping? Zoop. Build more zoop. Huh? An identical buildable is already built there. Really? That's weird. That was weird. That was weird. We'll do this. And pay no mind. Here. Oops. This one. Oh. How are we going to do this again? Come on. Hook it up. I guess we need to build something here. There we go. That's going to be easier. Mark II belts, and that'll be linked in here. Why is it not snapping? It should be snapping. Oh, right, we can do this. Normally I wouldn't do it, but hey, in the world of snapping, this is actually super nice. And again, that one, Mark II, that one, Mark II. And I think this looks great. The fact that you can't see it go through here. Of course, I could also do the dedicated hole in here, but I don't have that, and I don't really have a lot of power or points left, so that's not really what I want to build first or buy first. But that's an option as well. That means now we have it coming up down here, in there, spread out, and power poles are going to be super easy. They're going to be just like that, and we then need some power poles up here or wall sockets. Right, let's see. So is that what we need to do for this? Yeah, it is. Okay, so what I just need to do is build it for the rest of it down here. And then once we get that, we can start looking at where we want to build the water. And now we've hooked up all of these. They are all hooked up with the belts coming in at the top and going around and over on the outside and down here. I think that looks really neat, and it is certainly different from what we usually make. So what do we want to do now? Well, now it is the one that is always the toughest. And I gotta admit, I have spent a lot of time trying to figure this out. So there are some quirks to this build that they kind of suck, but I managed to get it working. So here's the thing. We're gonna get the water out there. That's even, and then 1, 2, and turn. So that is good. This one goes over here. No, 1, 2, and turn. Okay, so these two. Now what I want to do, and this seems really logical, I want to make it there. Then I want, and there we have a problem. This one doesn't snap like this. And you can't make it snap on this one without having an input on the other side, a machine that it will snap to. So if we look at the cross section here, it can snap to foundations if there are no other things, and then they'll have those lines. Then now if you build it on foundation, it snaps. But if you do that, then it rotates vertically, horizontally, and I want it to rotate vertically because I want it to point straight down, because ideally I would like to get a power plant pole, that one, a pipe pole that I have paid good money for. There. And again, I can't even build it on top of this one. And if I build this one and then attach this here and rotate it, then I can only wing it. And if I wing it, it's not fitting. Overlapping other clearing, clipping occurs. Yeah, that's definitely not what I wanted. It can't be placed here because the pipe is too short, and it's also misaligned, and it's awful, and everything sucks. So I have managed to find a solution after much trial and error and a lot of help from good people in the Twitch chat. So if you are interested in helping out and come up with cool designs and figure out ways to solve things, that's what we do over on Twitch chat. So once I do that, well, that's not what I wanted. No, but if I take this out and then I place it again, I can now rotate it vertically. That means now it's pointing down. It is both fascinating, interesting, and super frustrating at the same time. So now it's pointing downwards. Then we have the next issue. Even if this one is completely matched, they're not snapping right now. And they're not snapping if I do anything like this. I don't even know what I did. Oh, I did that. So as much as I'd like to use this hole through the ground, I can't do it because it's just not working. So we need to go down here, and at least we now know. Ah, splash. That is the location. So we need to... Oh, let's get this one out of the way. Let's build this. Build it to vertical. And also vertical. Vertical zooming. There. This is not a permanent thing. This is purely to make sure that I align things properly. And on that one, let's go. Zoom it towards us. There we go. It's not smart because now if I fall in the water, I can't get up again. Don't think I need this. Well, no, I don't need this. And I also know that I don't need that. So what is it I want? I want, think here. I want in the middle to have it go up. How do we get it to go up in the middle? Well, I can build one here. And then go up like that. And then change it to vertical. That one, right? That's going to be fine. So all I need now is to align. There's also one in here. The water pump. I think the water pump should be there on number 5. How do we do this? Well, it can luckily... Can I jump up? There. Luckily, it can be aligned. And it can be getting really, really, really close. Can't see a damn thing. I have to go down. Alright, but it's aligned. And if I build it so close, well, it's not going to work. So how close do I want it? I want it really close. As close as possible. Also, maybe this isn't really the right place for us. Oh, damn you. How about I do it? A creature is in the way. Gotta be kidding me. Stupid creature. And I can't even go out whacking you. Alright, I'm gonna do it anyway. Go away! I'm so annoyed about these. It's ridiculous how annoying they are. There. What if I build it as close as possible? Yeah. Because this isn't really supposed to be here. Neither is that one. It's simply going to be from here and up there. Using the horizontal to vertical. Yes, please. Now the head lift is going to be too big here. So I'm not going to be able to get it up there. But that's okay. We can just build a... Let's get it to the first location that's blue. There. This can pump to that one, and then it can pump the rest of the way up. Good. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Kind of. We just need the other one, or the next one. This one is feeding, let's see, 1, 2. This will be empty space, and that will be a power plant. That will be the empty space. That's where we want to build the next one. Okay, so we have now built the water function up there. We're going to build the water function there. What I really want to do, because we are going to have an issue when it comes to power plants at this location. Also, always, somehow this has to be in number 6, because that's reason. I don't want these to sort of be down here. I really want to hook them up to this platform so that things are just hooking up to the platform, and then I can consolidate it. And while I'm doing that, I should also get some glass panes, right? Although glass panes require silicon. Well, you know what? We built this one, and that's just copy-pasted and realigning the other 3 of them. So let's do that, and then I can come back when I've also gotten the attachments. Let's do that so we can be ready to hook things up. Now we find ourselves back here at the main base, just for a few things, picking up the wall mount. Thank you. And we have 10. No, we don't have any. Why do we not have any? And what was the other thing we wanted? Maybe the conveyor hole? I don't know. We might take it just because. And what was the last thing? The last one was glass walls, windowed walls. Thank you. Let's do that. And oh, by leaving its shop, I realized that I don't have that. And I have my 10 tickets. And I think what we just shopped for was exactly 10 tickets. Yes, it was. So let's do that again. And then go back, and over attachments, we have the wall attachment. Yes, please. And we have the conveyor hole attachment. There, total cost of 10. Buy it all. We're gonna need to get some serious amount of additional stuff. Let's jump down there. One of the next things that I want to do is actually also getting... Ow. Oh, that hurt. That sucks. No! I'm fine. I'm good. I'm good. It's not a problem. That was intended. That was on purpose. I want to go out hunting for more alternate recipes. And that's something I'm going to do over on Twitch, because it's just going to take a long time. Oh! You know what? Someone is intending to fight me. Oh, right. Okay. So let's do that then. Gonna grab that. We don't need more hit points, right? Where is it? You're up here, right? You were guarding this? Anyone? Huh. It was just here. Oh, I heard it. It's definitely somewhere, and I saw a little spark. Come on. I'm just aggroing another one, I guess. Can't see a damn thing here. Let's go grab that, just in case. If you see it, point to the screen and yell there. For example, like that. 1, 2, and then we run out. And 1, 2. Oh! Right, so that's how you do it. You go in, slash, and then you run out. Even though it's so tempting just to do a 1 more slash, then just 2 slashes, run away. Good. That was exactly what we wanted. So one of the things that we want is we want to tap this and get some silicon, and that was something we might do later if we wouldn't really just spruce up our factory, and we might want to do that. Okay, so our factory, what do we have now since I left you off before? Oh, did I just do that? I just did that. It's completely under control. Maybe running a bit too close to the edge here, some of the things. Right, so we have all of these. They're working, they're good. And now we want to set up some power poles or some power connections for this. And I kind of have an idea. What if I built them there? And you are going to be into the same one, maybe? Is that working? That one. And they're not going to connect there because I will need to get something on the other side as well. And I don't think that can be at the same point. If I bring it over there, that's going to be weird. I want to bring all of it on that side. Do I? Probably not, actually. Shouldn't I be doing this way? I probably should be doing this way. I don't think that's correct, though. It looks better like this. Yeah. Absolutely looks better. And Not that one, but that one. Good. Do the same thing on the other side. From here to that one. And then to the corner. Corner is going to be over there. Right there. Yes. Because that's where we're going to get it. Up top. To that one. Which isn't going to be there anyway. This will be... Are we done going down there? Let's remove this. Might be a bit preemptive to remove it. But I want to... How do I do this then? Let's build a railing around here. That was always my intention. Like, build something around here. And... Whoops. One out. One. This one. Down. This one. Cycle again. Like there. Alright. And we can build some walls. Let's do just a few walls. Why is it blue? What the? Oh, no! Yep. That's really a thing. That one, I think, is going to be here and here. Yes, and I will... Maybe I should have figured this out before. There's something fun about this as well. And that will need to go like all the way into the water so I can remove this and this. And yeah. And one more in the water. There. All right, so I can go from the water, go up, go here, go to that one, go. And I like it. Let's be curious about how this one's going to work. If I just go up. And we'll do something over that side as well. But so far this looks good. Let's see how this one fares when it gets over to the corner. When it intersects at absolutely the perfect location. Because of course it does. Because of course it does. And that's the backside of our factory. That's pretty amazing, honestly. Pretty damn amazing. I like it. Now, walls, he said, there. Why are they blue? I don't know. 2, 3, 4. Maybe they always were. I just completely missed it. And I want to take this out because now I have the good location. So, does that work? From here and into there. And I'm going to build over... Oh, that's not working because I have to actually get the little knob there and then E to change it so that it is the double one. And then I can connect it on this side. I can go outside, connect it to the rest of the network, and I can go here, go down the staircase and connect it to the bottom. Look at that. They now turned yellow. Oh, they're pumping water. That's exactly what I kind of... Is it what I wanted right now? Can I jump there? I can jump there, but then I can't jump up. This one will need to be scaled down to 90 per second. And I'll still use this one, I guess. This is also going to be 90 per second. This is going to be 90. There. I'll just set all these because I don't want these to be pumping more than needed. These are not working because they're not connected over on the other side. Let's take all the concrete out as well, because concrete here in the water doesn't fit. Oops, Oh, when will I learn? When will I learn? That's so typical, just standing on the thing that you're deconstructing. We're also going to need some pillars for that, but that's just something I can mess around with on my own time. Alright, let's get that one out. Let's... Sorry. Get this out. Let's also get the same on the other side, because it is quite likely that I'll fall in the water both sides. Here. And here. These two are not going to be here. That will be that, and then it'll be down in the water, and it'll be down in the water. It'll be up like the other one, and it'll be up again. Damn, I just think this is the mandatory. I love the zooping. Zooping is so good. Such a good addition. I'm not saying it's replacing blueprinting, because we're not. I don't like that sound. Oh, I don't like that sound. Can you climb stairs? Oh, I don't want to swim. I don't want to swim against you. Nope. That's super unfriendly. Why would that happen? Why would you do that? Alright, we'll deal with that one like we deal with all of our problems. We'll simply ignore it and hope it goes away. Inbound. All the way down there. Yeah, and get that in, and then the corner. Alright, so the whole thing is now built around here. There's now a little walk path around it. I'm going to obviously 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to get this little outlet, and that's going to be here, double-sided outlet, and then we can connect the power lines to there, connect the power lines on the bottom to that one, and these are now activating as well. And we have a pretty nice thing. Usually, probably I would build this one here, but I kind of have a really annoying thing down there. All right, what are we missing? Well, these should be getting water soon. Should be getting water. Yeah. No water. No water. That's not what I was expecting. What happened? What went wrong? What is not working? Need to look at this one. There? You have water. Is it the head lift that's too high? Maybe I should build it further down. It does kind of worry me that it's doing that. And I want to build it there. You are not getting any water, even though this segment is full of water. Is this segment full of water? Yes, but it can't get all the way up. All right, so let me fix that, and we should be operational again. And the final one, hooking it up. If I can hit this one, there we go. It's gonna be hooked up, and this one is now pumping and pumping and pumping, and things are looking much, much better now. Let's go in again and see if we have water. Yes, full water, and power plant, full water. Good. So the only thing we're missing now is the fuel insertion, and we did get this this hole in the ground up here. So let's see if we can improve this ever so slightly so this looks a bit better. That one. That's actually going to be more tricky, I think. Because I think I need to build it from this side then. And that will be 1, 2. To take this out. Build that one. And I know all of this should be Mark 2. Build here. And then we'll see if we can find that new... Is it under walls? No. Foundations? No. Walls? No. Logistics? Yeah, logistics. No, you're invalid aim location. Damn it. There. Can I look through? Well, it doesn't really look very useful, to be honest. That is honestly doing absolutely nothing. That is just not doing anything. Wow. That was money well spent. Money well spent. I can't even tell that there's a difference. And this one will be Mark II belt there. And this one is now Mark II. And this one needs to be Mark II as well. Alright. At least now it's set in the middle. This looks actually better than what I did before. So we're going to leave it like that. The one thing we want to do now is, or the two things remaining, we want to close this up to make it into an actual factory, and we want to actually hook it up with some power. What I would like to do though is, that'll turn yellow, yes. What if I go from this one, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the middle of the next, right? So that would mean from that one, oops. Connect. And into here. Why? What are we complaining about? Oh, it's just the ramp that we built. And then it'll continue 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, then it probably should be the middle of this one, just to make it consistent. We'll try that. Just to make it into a straight line. That. And then we'll go over here and build a a miner. Miners should be easy. We'll get one of these workshops so we can get a portable miner. Done. And build the miner at this location. Try to point it somewhat towards what we're looking at. That is not at all what we're looking at. Huh. So me wanting to make this symmetric and just in a straight line means that it's not at all hitting the right place. It's going to be a straight line out there. That's all that matters. I'll be jumping on this one. Get this, get this. Okay, it's just not at all a straight line. That doesn't matter at this point, I guess. I guess I don't care about the straight line anymore. Ah! It is out in the wild. I might fix it later, but I'm not going to fix it right now. I don't have a problem with this being such a long stretch out there. Let's run back. It's actually absolutely horrendous. Oh, you know what? I can't do that. I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to fix it, and then I'll be back once it's fixed, because that was just absolutely horrendous to look at. I can't even look at it. Our power plant is now ready to get started. We have our coal here, and all we need to do now is basically take this and just plug it in. Then we should have our coal plant working. We'll just look at the power before. What do we have? We're only using 200 megawatts, but things are definitely scaling up, this one. And our maximum, our capacity is 540. That's from all of our biomass right now. We see that this is coming in, and there is a stretch here. This is pretty accurate. And the only thing we need while working on this is actually what you could say like the beautification, or whatever you want to call it. But that is definitely going to be this part here. We'll build the roof first, which is a bit strange to build the roof first, but we'll do that. I don't know how far it has to go down, so we'll just build it max length. And that one as well, but not the next, because there's something there. And coal is not in yet, so. And every other one can be closed off. And I guess all of that is now redundant. So we were a bit over aggressive on sending it out here. And once we get some better options for roof, like tiled roof, or not tiled roof, but slanted roof or something like that, we'll definitely get that. All right, looks like this is working. Let's jump on in and see if it gets distributed correctly before we close off the factory. Nothing inbound. It looks like there's something on this one yet. Is there something here? Yep, we do have something. And is there anything on this? Nope, not yet. Yep. We have the first coal coming in. This should be the first one because it's the first branch of the main line. And very, very close. Yes! Look at that. The first little spike. And we should see another spike coming up as well. There we go. That's the next one. And while that is going on, I am going to build this part. And so what I'd really like to do is, if we look at our walls, no, we don't have that yet. I would like to make the windows, but windows require silica, and we don't have silica yet. So unfortunately, we can't do that just now. We can build these kind of things in the meantime until we get the silica, and then we'll deal with the silica once we have that. Then we can build that. I want to build it somewhat like this, somewhat like the previous one. We are going to need to get some other ideas going with, in terms of how the factory should look, and we'll get there. Right now, I'm just experimenting. I am just trying to learn how this works, and then we'll come up with good ideas. And if you have some good ideas, or you want to just see something different on what I built, then come on over to the Twitch channel where I'm streaming. It is regularly Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. But right now, since Satisfactory is new and awesome, it's always new and awesome. But then I'm going to be streaming a lot, so do come on over and join in on the design work and all of the stuff that we want to do. There. And you go all the way down there. And once we are done with this, we can take a look at how much is working and how much is not working. So in the meantime, you can have bets among yourself on how many of those are working in the first try and how many are not working in the first try. It's always a good thing to guess. And we'll get that one. Oh, nope, not the last. You hear them spinning up and spinning down. That's because they get a coal and then they burn through the coal, and then there's no more. So over at this point, we are also going to get that one. Definitely build these here. This is the power plant, so it would make sense to actually have the power distributed from this building in all directions. That's what we do there. This is now done, and what I want to do is I want to go to our customizer here. I know you can set it up as default, but since I don't want everything to be the same, I want it to be selected what should be concreted and what should not be concreted. Then I don't want to do it that way. I want just at this point I want just the corners to be concreted. Maybe we'll come up with something later on, a different pattern, but right now it's the concrete corners and the rest will be well, we're just doing this one now, but we're still missing some windows in that side. Not real windows, but just like holes. I don't want to take my factory that's completely done and looks really nice and then just wrap it up in a box so you can't see what it is. But on the other hand, I don't want it to be... I do want it to be some kind of a factory and not a floating platform. So it's a balance. Hope I'm striking somewhat of a good balance. We'll get better at the artistic expressions here once we get further and once we get more experience with that. I think that's done. Now the only thing that's really needed for this to be done is that one. It's really cool that it actually knows when you point at a ceiling, then it changes here. And then, oops, these should also be zooped. Zoop. I think I want one in the middle as well. That must be this one that's in the middle. That is not going to be so easy to hit. Do we think this is correct? Well, it is what it is. That's all we can do. Go a bit closer. That one. And zoop it into the ground. Gets more firm pillars to stand on, and gonna do the same thing over here. That's a pillar, and we will go to the middle. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes. That will be the middle. Probably, maybe. Alright. I really love how easy it is at this point now. And we got the pillars. So now it's standing on something. It has concrete corners. We need to get some distance away to get a sense of it. Oh, that is definitely not going to be irrelevant anymore. Because I don't want to be able to... Well, I do want to be able to climb up there, but I need to find a better way to do that than just having... So it comes in because it is coming in at the top. So it's going to be fed from the top, getting in here. Let's jump on up into the factory. Just slowly chucking its way in. It's up to 100. That's excellent. We can see that there's definitely something not working, but that's just something that takes time to fill up because it is a manifold. The first one will split 50-50, so 50% goes in here and 50% goes on. The next one, it goes 25% in and 25 going on. And then as it goes down, it gets a really, really small percentage that continues. That will self-correct once this belt is fully saturated and the content of here gets all the way up to 100. Once it gets up to 100, it starts backfilling all the way up, and then more will start passing through down the path. And that's just how it works. And over time, yes, it will get to all the 600. What I'm interested in knowing though is what is the maximum we've been at any given time. Actually, let's say capacity is irrelevant. It's production that I look at. That is 525. So we've not had all 6 of them operational at the same time, but we've had 7 of the 8 operational. This one is missing fuel. This one is also missing fuel. But if it just... You can see that it has had 1 fuel. There we go. It just got another fuel and it is gone. That means everything belt-wise is working. All we need is just having it saturate, and then that's just a matter of waiting more time to do that. What we can do now is we can... Oh, I fell in the water again. Well, I wanted to get like a perspective from far away. I think that's a really nice little coal factory we built here. You have ways to get up. You have the service downstairs. It's completely nice and symmetrical everywhere. I'm really happy with it. Let me just get back up again and we can see if there's something missing. Obviously what is missing here is this should be windows instead, and that will just require us to build a little bit of silicon. And I want to build the silicon in crystal silicon no, crystal quartz and silicon. I want to build those because silicon will enable us to do windows, and quartz will enable us to, I don't know, do some other things. The next thing that will happen in this space as we progress, we are going to still continue on this idea of having these bases. They will be functioning as factories. We might have a different location or a different color of all of this. Haven't really decided on the color. Maybe that should be something that should be decided by the community. And then we'll build a coal power plant. No, this is the coal power plant. No, we're not going to build that. We're going to build a steel facility, and I think I'll build it over here because I have the coal over here. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there is a right there. There should be an iron location. Okay, right there, close enough. Right there, there's an iron location that we can use. Oh, that's a copper, but that's irrelevant. So we're gonna bring this iron in plus some of the coal in to build a small temporary steel facility to get it started, because we don't have the alternate steel yet, and we don't have like we don't want to build like the massive thing, because then we're going to get stuck on that. But we want to make something so we can get the steel unlocked, so we can get hypertubes and we can get trucks, because hypertubes and trucks makes it much more easier to transport, to move around in the base. We absolutely want something up here, like some kind of roof, some kind of windows, some kind of something, but we don't have those options yet. So we'll get to it when we get to it. Maybe we'll just leave some of these beginning buildings as boring as they are right now, and then once we get further in, we can always come back and go like, ha ha ha, look at how simple we built. Oh, we had no idea. That's always a nice thing. So we have the first 2 factories done. I hope that you've enjoyed this little design session on the coal power plant. I think it's a neat way, and I think it looks better to have the smokestacks further apart, and also since we are feeding it in from the top, then it makes sense to use the advanced clipping feature for this part. Next, coal. And that will be the next one. So I will see you guys over on Twitch, or maybe here on YouTube. Either way, thank you very much for following my Satisfactory content. And thank you for the likes, the subscription, and the good comments, the bad comments, mainly the good comments. Thank you for those. And of course, mainly thanks to the people who are choosing to support the channel on Patreon. If you made it all the way here, you must be a super fan, or maybe you fall asleep. So wakey wakey, time for another video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Take care and stay effective.